What is going on, y'all? Jade Empire. Now, I know there's probably a lot of y'all that already know what this game is and know how awesome it is. For anyone who doesn't know, don't judge it based on its graphics, even though they're beautiful and wonderful and amazing. But, or the resolution size. This is a classic Xbox game, but this game is awesome. I played this game many times, many times, but I had a crazy situation where I had to be in and out of the hospital for a bit, and I couldn't basically do like a lot of physical exercise and stuff. All I wanted to do was like martial arts or workout, you know. I felt so weak, and man, playing this game, there's just, there's so many awesome themes in it. And I went on to learn a bunch about praying mantis kung fu, and whew, what a journey, y'all, what a journey. So much fun, but nonetheless, I won't bore y'all too much with the details. Instead, I would like to provide y'all a gameplay experience with this amazing game, Jade Empire. Just picked it up right this second on Xbox. Woo, the Lotus Blossom. Furious Ming, Tiger Shen, Radiant Gen Z, Scholar Ling, Lu the Prodigy. I gotta go with Furious Ming. He's my boy. You know, he's my boy. Interesting. So what I typically do, I think this is what I did last time, but maybe we're gonna be chi focused with low health. I mean, I played this game before, hopefully I don't get wrecked, we'll see how it goes. Notification gang, sound off, appreciate you being here. I see you lurking, you're beautiful. As well as if you're watching this in the future, thank you so much. Does direct damage in Chi Strike mode. This style's power attack can initiate a harmonic combo that produces a health power-up. Fighters skilled in Heavenly Wave learn techniques that can slow their opponents to a crawl, while the support style does no damage on its own. A master can manipulate the Chi in the area around opponents, rendering them sluggish and easily defeated. Even the most lightning-fast foes can be slowed to a turtle's pace with a skillful application of Heavenly Wave. 1,000 Cuts is aptly named, though the style does not involve blades. A master of the styles relies on numerous light strikes in quick succession instead of singular punishing blows or thunderous kicks. Most opponents reel under such a relentless assault, unable to counter fast enough to find an opening for their own attacks. This, I think, is like the Wing Chun one, and I love 1,000 Cuts so much, and I may do 1,000 Cuts again, but I kind of want to mix it up a little bit. Leaping Tiger. This style can complete a harmonic combo. Oh yeah! With the vigor and speed of the animal for which the martial arts was named, Leaping Tiger dazzles onlookers even as it carves up opponents. Practitioners of the martial style focus so completely on the strength and quickness of the tiger that razor-sharp claws seem to sprout from their fists. The style's quick leaping techniques and punishing strikes create a flurry of death that can keep even armed opponents at bay. This is a really good one if you want to go negative. Yo, Reaper, what's good, brother? What's good, brother? What's good? But you can kill people with that harmonic combo, and it'll change the story. You can't kill everyone, but you can kill some enemies, and it'll change the story. It's crazy. A White Demon. This style can complete a harmonic combo. Oh, interesting. Many martial artists criticize the White Demon style for being slow and ponderous, but in the hands of a true master, it can be one of the deadliest martial arts of all. While it lacks the crowd-pleasing panache of faster styles, White Demon's sheer power and intimidating technique plow through opponents like an ogre in a tea house. The style can complete a harmonic combo. Wait, this can complete 1,000 Cuts? Oh, they can all do harmonic combos, I'm silly. But Leaping Tiger kills them. It's been a long time since I played this beautiful game. Many in the Jade Empire have heard of the legendary strike, but few have actually seen it in action. Fewer still have mastered this martial style. But those who have are to be feared. Their blows rain down too fast to block, and their kicks can quickly put an opponent out for good. I gotta be honest with y'all. I'm feeling pretty legendary. I was watching Wing Chun just the other day. And I love it. My vote is for Demon. Yo, I feel you, Reaper. I feel you, bro. I feel you, bro. Demon is cool. It is cool. You should. Have you ever played this game? It's awesome. It's super slow. It's really fun if you use the really, really tall guy because he's got so much range on his attacks. Gotta go the legendary strike though. I'm feeling it. Furious Ming. I'm sorry, friend. That's a great name, but we all know. SnowbodyHere. I was like, symbols. What? Can I get like a yin-yang sign or something? That'd be sick. SnowbodyHere. I have so little health. I'm gonna die. But Chi and Focused. Cool. Yeah, I like Heavenly Wave because it combines kicks and punches, you know? Nope. Nope. Negative. Oh, man. I'm so excited. All right, let's hit this. Press the start button to see more information about your character, fighting styles, journal, map, and other options. It's an awesome game, bro. It's an awesome game.
I swear, one of these days I'll find a way around your guard.
I could blindfold myself. That might even the odds. I doubt it. You strike with the grace of a cow. One more match, then.
Happily. I feel that I learn something every time I face you. Even if it's only a new place to nurse a bruise. So long as you're certain you have time.
I am rarely beaten, friend. Okay, so, y'all know me. I love to pick the good choices, right? To be like the chill guy who's just like happy and positive but can like wreck everybody. But let's put a little bit of character into this guy, right? I'm rarely beaten, friend.
Let us begin.
Bro, I do not remember how to play this game. Whew. Remembered how to dodge roll though. Get out of there, man! Oh, you dead. There we go. Alright, my friend, I'm sorry. That's right, that's the reaching attack. Oh, you mother trucker. Boom! Well done.
Did you see? Master Lee was watching. He may not show it, but he clearly takes pride in watching his students.
Bro, that kick was so
I learn
sick.
something every time we meet, proving that loss sometimes is the best teacher. Thank the heavens the bruise is
True,
important.
I took some good licks there too. Each bruise is a mark of your failure to learn our master's teaching. Thank you for the bout. That'd be a silly
You
thing
are
to say. I got hit a
gracious
couple
as
times.
always. I regret that there won't be much time for such practice now that you've almost finished your training. Master Lee told me to pass on that you should speak to him when you have the chance. He said you could take your time, so you need
Heck
not
yeah.
rush.
Why didn't you tell me earlier?
He specifically told me that it was no rush, so I didn't think it would be violent. Besides, who could turn down a chance to practice with you?
Fair point.
You have some time to wander the school and talk with other students. Smiling Mountain likely has some of the younger students available if you want to spar. I shall leave you to it. Take care, my friend.
Awesome. Chapter 1, wherein a master foretells of doom. Arrival, challenges for station, and the past haunts the present. Your training nears its completion in the idyllic setting of Two Rivers. Master Lee promises that soon you will know more about how you came here and where your future will lead. All the while, Strange tales begin to spread of ghosts that will not rest and shadowy assassins who heed no law. Alright, sick. Gosh, I love this game. Conversation skills. Oh yeah, this game is so cool. Oh, I messed up. Ooh, interesting. I didn't actually mess it up though. Interesting. I mean, charm and intimidation are a little bit lower than intuition, but I'm not mad about that. Not at all. This game's so awesome. You don't possess the Dragon Amulet. A master's teachings. Your earliest memories are of the town of Two Rivers, the school you call your home, and of Master Li, the man who raised and trained you from birth. Now, as your lessons draw to a close, you can only wonder what future has in store. According to Jingwu, there is no real rush, but Master Li wishes to speak with you in his house whenever you are ready. Cool. Yo, what's up? Wait, don't fight yet. Alright, I guess y'all are fighting. I was gonna talk to you. Wait, can I talk to y'all now? There we go.
Our most senior student has a spare moment to spend with me? An honor. No, wait, I shouldn't be like that. Master Li always reminds me that jealousy is a low path and not worthy of one of his students.
Dang straight.
I understand your training is almost complete. I wonder who will replace you as our example. It certainly won't be me. I can't even imagine Master Li saying, "You must strive to be like Lin in all things" to the others. Just the opposite, more likely.
Poor Lin. If you want Master Li to say it, don't give him a choice. Be the best you can. Don't worry about following others. Walk your own path. You lack the skills and the discipline to be a leader.
That's easy enough for you to say. You're already the best in the school. The rest of us just stare at your back. Of course, there could be worse views. Maybe I should spend more time training and less time worrying about where I stand in the school. How else will I be good enough to take you down one of these days? Besides, there might be bigger things to worry about. I find myself intrigued by the ghost tales that everyone's mentioning.
Tell me what you've been hearing about these ghosts. I don't think we ever talked about you, Lin. Tell me what you've been hearing about these ghosts.
Other than what Dawnstar senses, all I have is stories, but they're becoming more and more common. Tales of people being haunted by loved ones, and mad ghosts attacking people on the roads, or even in their homes. And Master Li accepts Dawnstar's ability to see and sense things others can't. If he believes her, then how could I believe otherwise?
That's fair. What exactly are these ghosts, then?
They're exactly what you'd expect. The souls of humans who have died. According to all the legends, when you die, your soul travels to the underworld. Once there, your soul is judged and placed upon the wheel of life, so that it can return to this world in a new life. A soul that doesn't return to the wheel of life becomes a ghost.
So where do these ghosts come from?
According to the stories, ghosts are usually people whose souls are trapped in this world, either by circumstance or because they won't let go of their old lives. The thing is, those circumstances are very rare, and you never heard about ghosts 10 years ago. Now everyone's talking about them. It's like something has happened, and people aren't leaving this world like they should be. Either that or it's mass hysteria, but I can't believe that explanation.
Tell me more about Dawnstar's sensitivity. Well, let's. What do the ghosts look like?
That was my first question when I started hearing these rumors. Apparently they can look just like us. though possibly pale and faded. Some ghosts have been around a long time, and apparently they begin to change. They grow distant from their bodies and become more monsters than people. The scary thing is that a lot of the stories I've been hearing are about these old ghosts, the ones that look like monsters. It just doesn't make sense.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's probably super annoying to hear my AC in the background, isn't it? I just saw this mic spiking. Give me a second, y'all. I can fix that for you. Okay, that should sound way better. Sorry about that. I was just so excited about the game I didn't even think about the air conditioner behind me. Y'all let me know if y'all hear any other weird stuff. Okay, so the scariest thing is that a lot of the stories I've been hearing are just about these old ghosts, the ones that look like monsters. It just doesn't make any sense. Well, tell me more about Dawnstar sensitivity.
From what I understand, Dawnstar is very sensitive to magic and to the spirits we call ghosts. She sees things that others can't. Sometimes she knows things that she shouldn't. I really can't say if it's intuition or something else.
Let's go back to my other questions.
If you wish. What do you want to ask about?
You know everyone around here. Is there any news?
You think I will talk about them behind their backs? I will, but I don't want people to think of me as the local gossip, even if I am just that.
Who are the students of note?
Of note? There's only one student of note, and that would be you. Everyone else, even Dawnstar, is just a background for you and your supposed destiny. Not that you don't deserve the attention. I'd be flirting with you non-stop if you weren't so focused on whatever it is Master Li has in store for you.
Ooh la la.
All of us get a little envious of that. Even Gao gets pushed aside, and he doesn't like being anything less than the center of attention.
Oh, Gao. Tell me about Gao.
You know him as well as I do. A rich man's son. He's attractive, I suppose, but arrogance follows him like a cloud of locusts. I hear his father is the same way. Gao the Greater and Gao the Lesser. Not a family I would want to be a part of.
Tell me about Dawnstar.
Why do you need to ask me about Dawnstar? You know her better than anyone as far as I'm concerned. You two practically grew up together. Frankly, I think she might have a little crush on you too. Notice how she's been less willing to train with you recently? Maybe that's why you two get along so well. Maybe her sense for ghosts and the like meshes well with the great destiny Master Li sees.
This game is so good. They're so smart with the way that they subtly tie everything in. And you're like just thinking it's BS dialogue, but oh my gosh, it's so good. What are you getting at?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be like that. Dawnstar is a fine person. She just sees things that I can't. I know there are ghosts and spirits, but why should she be able to sense them when I can't? What makes her special? While Master Li tries to
It was like the
never
other guy's
let
like,
it
listen,
show,
come on, it's
he obviously
okay.
holds a special place in his heart for you two. I suppose that's hard to deal with, even if I have been here far less time than you two.
So, what have you heard about me?
You know what is said. Master Lee believes you're special, but won't say why. It makes you interesting. Some of the others don't find it as intriguing as I do. Some even consider it an attack on their worth.
Who should I be concerned about?
Gav,
Obviously.
You know he doesn't like you. He never has. And when Master Lee tells him to model himself after you, that just makes it worse.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright, let's go back to my other questions.
If you wish, what do you want to ask about?
I don't think we've ever talked about you, Lynn.
I'm sure you've figured out most of my little quirks by now. I've been here a few years.
How did you come here? And why? Seems a little invasive, you know? Let's start with the future plans. Yo! Pet my pup and give treats to my pet. Yo, done. Done, my bro. Done. Appreciate it. Thank you for using the highlight my message to catch my attention. It worked perfectly. I'm gonna go pet him and give him a treat. Thank you, man. Yo, we can't abuse that though. We can't make my pet a chunky monkey. Need like a daily cooldown on it or something, but that does lead into a good story I want to tell y'all real quick, which is fun. So my dog and my dog's a mutt. Like he's just got a bunch of crazy breeds in him. So I love him to death, but he is hilariously quirky. And one thing he does not like to do is play fetch. Now I take that back. One thing he used to not like to do was play fetch. But we have been working and working and working at it for like, I mean, at least a month. I think it's been a month and a half, and at first it was just like impossible. But he's like gotten the hang of it, and I get super excited about it, and he's like losing weight. It's super awesome. Like he's like getting more of a fit midsection because, I don't want to take too much away from the game here, but I don't mind telling goofy stories, you know, but we weren't able to walk anymore to keep him exercise, so we've done that new thing, so it's okay. He's got some room in his belly for some treats. I super appreciate that redemption, my guy. Alright. Oh yeah, so, I'm sure you figured out most of my little quirks by now. I've been here a few years. So what will you do when you're done training here?
When I am done? I haven't really thought about it. I won't go home. There's no place for me there. If I can stomach the books, I could become a scholar. Perhaps I'll go to the Imperial City. I should see it at least once in my life.
How did you come here? Why? Yes, that's like an excellent lead-in, right? Because she just mentioned that there's something going on there. And now, obviously, you know, we're going to be a little bit more intrusive than you should be in normal life, right? It's a video game. But still, it's interesting. I'll see the dialogue.
I wasn't the delicate flower my family had hoped for. They believed school would calm my
She does have some
spirit.
venom.
But Master Lee has shown me how to focus
seems nice,
myself. I have learned many skills while here, and not many of them require that I be
She probably fights the White Demon.
If you wish, What do you want to ask about?
Aw. She appreciated me asking.
Master Li took me in when no one else would. He is a firm master, but a kind man deep inside.
Yeah, for sure, right? Like, it's so fun. I need to get, once the apocalypse is over and I'm more big chillin' financially, I'm gonna get like some of those training treats, you know? What I did is I just broke them off a little piece of one, which was perfect. But I'm gonna get those little training ones so that like I could just give them 1,000,000 and it would end up only equaling like 1, you know? Because yeah, it's super fun. And he's super like, what happened? You know, he's so happy. He's like, oh, I don't know what this is for, but I'm excited. It's just fun. All about them good vibes.
I imagine that he walked. If you want anything more than that, you'll have to ask someone who was here at the time. That was 20 years ago.
Oh, wow. So you don't know who was Master Master Li?
I really don't know or care. It may as well have been Sagacious Tien, the first emperor. That was before I was born.
My boy Sagacious!
If you wish, what do you want to ask about? Of course. I have to keep practicing if I'm going to be able to best you one day, aren't I?
Let's begin.
Excellent. Let's see if we can use Smiling Mountain's sparring ground. Once we're done, I'll wander back here if you need
That's
me.
such good programming design. Like, obviously they need to be over there for the conversation, right? So it just loads you into a level, but it creates... Oh, goodness. I see. Could not attack you from the front because of that staff. Nicely done. Go talk to our other boy here. Let's save. I might get beaten up by one of these people. Hopefully not.
Master Li keeps talking about restless dead, but there's nothing like that around here.
I'm pretty sure... Yeah. The Old Tongue, Volume 1. Tho Fan, or the Old Tongue, was the native language of one of many kingdoms struggling for supremacy before the Empire was unified by Sagacious Tien, our first emperor. As the wars raged, constant shifts in tutorial leadership spread the use of the Old Tongue. By the time Sagacious Tien formed the Empire, the Old Tongue was so widely spread that it became a second official language of the Jade Empire.
Gao does not have the patience to properly learn what Master Li is trying to teach us.
True.
It is an honor to be approached by the school's most senior student. My mother had high hopes for the school when she sent me here from the capital. Sometimes I wonder if I'm ready to train with others of such skill. Even in the robes of a junior student, I feel a long way from my home in the Imperial City.
If you are here, you belong here. Oh, they're fighting. That's sick. You are too weak to be at the school. Leave before you waste our master's time. Why do you doubt yourself?
I haven't yet settled in. My studies in the Imperial City were far inferior to the instruction you've had. I will just have to work twice as hard to catch up to your level of skill. Even then, it will take a long time to be your match. How long have you studied with Master Li?
I've studied with him as long as I can remember. Mind your business, Win. I'm not here to discuss my life with you. Long enough. It's time for me to finish my training. This would be kind of a really low blow to tell somebody, right? Like, oh yeah, well, literally my original memory But maybe it would also open up some awareness, right? Like, if he's only been here for 2 years and this guy's like, I don't know, he could be I don't really know how old your main character's supposed to be in here. He could be anywhere from like a teenager to like somewhere in the adult years, you know? So that's a lot of years of training. But let's do this one, just because it's interesting to me. I want to hear if he mentions anything extra with Dawnstar.
She also came here very young, didn't she? The two of you are generally considered the most advanced students here. I'm sorry. I shouldn't pester you with my questions. Is there something you need?
It's okay, I'm going to pester you with mine. Did I already ask him this?
I don't know anyone else who displays the skill you do. Perhaps Gao, but he lacks discipline. That is why he still wears the robes of a junior student, despite his ability. Dawnstar would be next, with few able to match her delicate moves. Beyond that, the only other person I know well is Smiling Mountain, the sparring master.
What do you think of Dawnstar?
I know she is sensitive to things the rest of us can't see. Sometimes I feel sorry for her. It obviously makes her feel different, and that's not right.
Why do you say that?
I think she was given a gift. Unlike responsibility, it may not always be pleasant, but it's something she should be proud of. It shouldn't isolate her.
Do you have any impressions of Gao?
I have seen his kind in the city. He thinks his family's wealth is a substitute for nobility and is angered when others still see him for what he is. A crass and spoiled
Lol.
bully.
How has Smiling Mountain helped you train?
Well, he doesn't come close to Master Lee's skill, but Smiling Mountain is good for the younger students. He pairs novices with more advanced students so we can learn.
Have you heard anything special about me? Wink.
I have heard about and seen your skill, but I haven't been here long enough to know much more. Most of the students seem to appreciate your abilities.
Who doesn't, Gao?
I hate to put words in other people's mouths, but it's obvious that Gao does not favor you. Master Lee has been a mediator of sorts, but Gao responds poorly to authority.
Let's get back to my other questions.
I'll answer what I can.
Since you're new, I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on Master Lee.
He is one man and guides his students well. My last school had two masters who feuded all the time. It made learning very difficult.
What style did you study in the Imperial City?
At the Black Leopard School, I learned the bare basics of a style under First Brother Kai, but not enough to say I'd mastered anything more than a few core techniques. I demonstrate, but I don't think I even could. Master Lee's teachings have been so much more effective that I have forgotten most of what I learned
Okay,
in the
maybe
capital.
not same. I love Mantis. How do Master Lee's skills measure up to your teachers in the Imperial City?
He is greatly skilled and tutors his students intently. You especially. My school in the city was mired in politics, not an environment that promotes diligent study.
Let's go back to my other questions.
I'll answer what I can.
What do people from the capital think of the Empire?
It's funny, but I still want to look over my shoulder. I have to remember that we are a long way from the ears of the Lotus Assassins.
Why would you be worried about the Lotus Assassins?
They're the Emperor's personal guardians. In the Imperial City, they watch everyone and everything, looking for those who would question the course of the Empire.
Uh-oh, why are people questioning the direction of the Empire is taking?
The Lotus Assassins visit people who ask a lot of
Uh-oh.
questions. The Emperor hasn't been seen much recently. His advisors run things. They're not gentle.
Do you know anything about the rumor of ghosts?
There's already enough darkness without making up stories about shadows, in my opinion. Try Lynn. She seems very interested in the ghosts.
What can you tell me about places other than here?
I'm no map maker, but I know the basics of the way the Empire is laid out. What do you want to know?
Well, tell me about the Imperial City.
It was a beautiful place to grow up. The brightest minds, the most noble houses. All the greatest warriors gather there. It's truly the most vibrant place in the world.
Sounds like you miss it.
I'm glad to be here, don't get me wrong. Two Rivers, though, is very peaceful. I'm used to a more hectic pace, I think. It's taking me some time to adjust.
So how do you like this area?
Two Rivers is quiet, subdued. This province has a lot of rich agricultural land. Actually, fields cover pretty much everything south of the Great Southern Forest.
What do people from the city tend to think of this area?
They consider farmers uneducated rustics, though they'd use less polite terms. They'd change their tune if they could see such a skilled tutor as Master Lee out here.
Let's hear about the rest of the Empire.
The Empire is divided into 4 massive provinces. This area, largely agricultural, is the Golden Delta. To the north lies the Seat of Heaven, which holds the Imperial City. In the prosperous east, you can find port cities like the Phoenix Gate. To the west lie the hills of the 6 Holy Scrolls. I know little about those 2 provinces, though. I'll answer what I can.
You're fairly new here. Tell me some more about yourself.
I'm honored that you should ask. What do you want to know?
What brought you to this school?
The school I attended in the Imperial City was becoming mired in politics, so my mother sent me out to the country instead. Politics is dangerous, she always said.
What sort of dangers would the Imperial City have? A lot.
Oh, I don't know. It just seems like the city is changing. Strange people, strange machines. These are interesting times.
Oh my
I think she
gosh.
just wanted to know that I'd be safe.
What will you do when you're done training here?
Well, that won't be for a long time, but I'll probably return to the Imperial City. Perhaps I'll join the Imperial Guard. It's hard to think that far ahead. I'll answer what I can.
Didn't I have an option to spar him earlier?
I don't... I have seen his kind. I'll answer. I don't know. He does. Goodbye. Take care of yourself. It is an honor. What can I... It would be an honor. Are you sure you have time?
You can always use the practice. Let's begin.
Excellent. Let's find a quieter spot to spar. Once we're finished, I'll have to return here and continue my meditations.
Oh! 1,000 cuts. Oh, I kicked him when he was down. I kind of feel bad. Kicked him in the shin. Nice. XP. Let's go. I don't really remember too much about how this beginning area goes, but there's a lot of really cool secrets and stuff. I'm going to save a lot, make sure I don't mess anything up doing these sparrings. I thought it was a grave. Alright, you're doing Tai Chi. I could only talk to one of you two. There's a book stand. Auspicious portents. Understanding the stars and the universe is a very important goal. By examining the universe, we can interpret and predict things to come. The sky is where the great dragon was said to dwell, and in his illustrious home we can see the signs of his effects on creation. Of the observable phenomenon, 3 major ones are the most auspicious: comets, the flames of the heavens passing across the sky; eclipses, during which the power of the gods blocks the sun for brief periods; and falling stars, marking the descent of one of the celestial bureaucracy to the earth. Dang. My man, Jingwu.
Always good to see you wandering the school. You're the best among us, after all. So it makes everyone train a little harder when you're around. The tricky part is making sure we're emulating you, not hoping to take you
Right.
down a peg. You should think carefully before bruising the tender egos around here. Oh, did I tell you to see Master Lee when you have a chance? I'm not taking the blame if you forget.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I think I want to talk to Smiling Mountain first. I think if I remember correctly, you talked to Smiling Mountain first.
I thought Master Li would have your attention for the rest of the day. It is good to see you. I know you haven't had much time for simple sparring. It is too bad. Your fellow students benefit from your experience. A strong opponent is the best trainer. There are a few, but not enough for me to set up some of the more challenging matches that I'm sure you would prefer. There will be more students available later in the day when many of their exercises have concluded.
I'll spar with a single student.
Very well. I'll choose someone who is competent in one-on-one combat. This is only a practice bout, so fight until your opponent is knocked out. Get ready. Very good. Another victory well earned. Now, is there anything else you would like? Ah, yes, training. For some time now, I have offered, for a small fee, to run students through a short regimen that will help them enhance their abilities. The lessons you learn from me, or from any trainer for that matter, will stay with you and help make you stronger, or better able to focus your mind or magic. Training has worth, and Master Li allows me to collect a small fee to reinforce
See, that's so
this.
cool.
Travel outside 2 rivers and you will find my prices are quite reasonable. No, I try to improve base abilities, but through the basics that Master Li has instilled. When you have the opportunity, I'm sure you will pick up new styles quickly. Let's see what you can learn.
I have no money. Wow. Health +3, chi -1. Chi +3, focus -1. Focus +3, health -1. I think I want a belly of iron. What can I sell? Nothing.
What can I do for you? I am here to serve and train.
Can I ask you some things about the school?
I am charged with giving whatever instruction I can, but my insights deal more with the philosophy of combat than the skills themselves.
Same, bro. Same. Tell me about the philosophies you mentioned.
Master Li is very strict about what is taught here, because martial skill is a pathway to great power, and that holds certain risks. It is not just good over evil. Few things in life are that simple. The common way to say it is, do you follow the way of the open palm or the closed fist?
Tell me about the way of the open palm.
A term for the high path, or perhaps the way of restraint and harmony. Many aspire to it, but few achieve it. It is a path of resisting
Heck
tyranny.
yeah.
Of course, the source of that tyranny varies. It is just as dangerous coming from without as
For sure.
within.
Give me examples.
Tyranny from external sources is easy to find and fight. Defending those who cannot defend themselves is a reasonable example. But when your abilities are so much greater than those around you, there is the temptation to set everything right by might alone. That is tyranny from
This
within.
game is so good. Sometimes conflict cannot be avoided.
True, but that can become a convenient excuse. Eventually you may decide that even direct violence is too inefficient for someone of your strength. It is a small leap from there to enforcing your will so that the crime never takes place. Suddenly you are the oppressor, when all you wanted to do was make things right. This way of the open palm is not without its hidden dangers, despite the best of intentions.
Ah, it's so cool. It's not the way of good and bad. It's open palm and closed fists. It's so cool, and it's more complex than all that fun stuff.
It is the low path, the way of aggression and discord. A misunderstood path often misused by those who wish to justify a thuggish nature. It is not as simple as crushing your enemies or as mindless as terrorizing the weak. It is a mindset born of impatience, of imposing your will.
So what is it if it's not evil?
An evil man might ignore a plea for help because he does not care, but that shows a disconnection with the world. That is not part of the way. A man on the low path might also ignore that plea, but he would do so because that person should demonstrate they are fit to survive on their own.
What is the difference? The person dies each time.
The difference is in the details. That same man might help if the odds are unreasonable. He might also do it to incur favor. There is thought in his actions. He is not a mindless killer, but he may let strength decide what course is best. That is why it is a dangerous path. It can so easily be misinterpreted.
So cool. Does this have any practical effect?
You are the sum of your actions. The harmony or discord that you sow will weigh on your shoulders as surely as any physical yoke. But there can be advantages. Certain forms of attack inherently lean toward one extreme or the other. They have a rhythm that resonates within you. You may find that some attacks perform better if you are more intent on causing discord. How you use this is for you to discover and decide.
Awesome. I want to go back to my previous.
I am charged with giving whatever instruction I can, but my insights deal more with the philosophy of combat than the skills themselves.
Sounds good. I think I need to go find some more people to fight then. I want to ask about someone specific.
Who are you
Hold on, we got a
interested
couple more we should do real quick. Tell me what you know about Master Li.
Master Li is a private man, and I will not presume to speak for him. His interest in you surpasses the care of any master I have known. He must see great potential in you.
Who is the writer for this game? I don't even have a podcast, but I want to start a podcast and I want to interview the writer for this game, or the team of writers. It's so cool. I love the way they wove everything together. Tell me about Gao.
I'd rather not. He is impatiently traveling the low path, and I long ago abandoned him to it. He is reckless, and he neither seeks nor wants my guidance. As young as he is, Gao has impressive skill. Master Li has tried to restrain him, but I know how far he has gone. He wields powerful energies,
That's not how you spell wield.
but has the temper of a child.
Interesting. Not the temper of a child. Where did he learn this if Master Li will not teach it?
Master Li has taught the base of such techniques to you and others. Mastering Qi is important for any student here, but he also demands control. Gao's father most likely tutored him. By all that I have heard, both are impatient and spoiled. They can be provoked into explosive outbursts.
Jeez. What do you know about Dawnstar?
Only what she lets me know. A very private woman, despite
Look at
spending
that
so
facial
long
expression.
in the school. You probably know her as well as anyone does. She has great skill, but a reluctance to use it. If she were to let go, she could be very powerful. Perhaps that is what she fears.
I want to ask about you.
If you wish, but only introspection reveals true insight. I used to call the trading center of Phoenix Gate my home, but I am settled here. I have nothing to go back to.
Why did you leave Phoenix Gate?
It is not important. Suffice to say that I prefer this little village to the temptations of a greater city. Enough about me. What else can I do for you?
How long have you taught here?
It has been several years since I arrived in Two Rivers. I was surprised to find a teacher of Master Li's ability so far out on the borderlands. It was a fortuitous accident. I have studied the martial arts all my life, and serve your master as I am able. He is devoted to your training and needs someone to assist the other students. I am charged with giving whatever instruction
I think
can,
now we're out of dialogue
but my
stuff.
insights deal more with the philosophy of combat than the skills themselves. Goodbye. I am here if you need anything.
Go ahead, save. Look at that. Look at that. Original Xbox game. Look at those beautiful light rays. You'll love to see it. Oh.
Oh, senior student. Not too many people come back here this time of day, so we thought we'd take a moment to practice. Would you like to join us? We could team up against you and learn from the best.
Oh, snap. Why did for us?
With all due respect, we would be no
I
challenge.
have such little health, though.
We could learn much
Oh,
from
no.
seeing how you deal with more than one.
True.
opponent. Smiling Mountain usually lets us fight in groups if he has enough students available. But learning from you is a chance I wouldn't want to pass up. If you have time, that is. I would not wish to impose.
I could spare a moment or two. Certainly. I don't want to lose the opportunity to ask you questions, but I don't want to lose the opportunity to spar you either. I just saved. Let's ask some questions. I hate that it says instead, though. Splice, he's hiding something. Question him further. Right, Splice? Yo, I got my rush the next enemy. Oh, we're rushing. Okay. Yep, I have to fight him then. The redemption has happened. Thank you kindly.
This is good news. We'll try to go easy on you.
We'll try to go easy on you. Boom!
That's enough. I didn't think we'd win, but it was an honor to face you. Thank you very much. We have to go. Smiling Mountain's going to be teaching a class soon, and then we have weapons training.
Dang! Can I talk to you, though? I missed my opportunity to talk. Oh, what? I did not... What? I didn't even know this path exists. That's awesome. This grave appears to be dedicated to the Old Master, a former instructor of the school. It is a humble tribute, not even bearing his name. A small bull sits beneath the stylized image of a lion, ready to accept offerings of silver to speed the spirit of the departed to his rest. You have no silver. Leave it as is. How are you doing, Splice? Easy peasy. You must have buffed me, Splice. I almost got beat up when I was doing single combat earlier. I saw him do that blue charge attack, though, and I was like, you know what? I think I got him. This is the training ground, right? Wait, can I... Wait a second. Hold on. Let me check something.
What can I do for you? I am here to serve and train. There are a few, but not enough for me to set up some of the more challenging matches that I'm sure you would prefer. There will be more students available later in the day when many of their exercises have concluded. Goodbye.
I don't remember. Maybe it's after I talk to Master Lee. Oh, it's a monkey. Interesting. I have Spice. I haven't checked it yet because I gotta play it on my PC, you know? But I definitely thought about it, you know, when we were playing, because, man, I do love that game. The old tongue. Mom says Dawnstar sees strange things, but I don't see anything strange. Dawnstar isn't here, so we're guarding our garden.
Are you here to see Dawnstar? She's not around right now.
Oh. The inner self, the great wheel of life, turns eternal, bringing one through life, into death, then back around again into life. Though the new life is always different, the core essence, the spirit of a person, remains the same. The spirit, breathed into each person, is eternal. To achieve harmony with the universe, one must protect their harmony with the spirit. Indeed, the spirit in each individual is a reflection of that greater universe. It is a reflection of the wheel of life and the great dragon that created it. Dude, it is really a freaking damn good game, Spice. Like 100%. Like, when I looked at the time, I was like, oh, dude, it's already 4 a.m. Like, oh, man, I probably should crash, you know? Like, luckily, things had gotten so intense after I, like, ruined my rep with everybody that I was like, oh, what is going on? But it was just like, I love the game, you know? Like, I wish I could pause time and play that game, you know? And, like, reactivate time after I've beaten a campaign. Because I feel like, you know, like, I'm down for us to keep playing, you know? I think it's going to take, like, it's going to take a while. It should be fun, though. 10 XP. Wasn't there a shrine or something? Yeah. It's not on the map. The shrine helps you focus on your inner voice. Your chi and health are replenished. Sick.
Greetings, fellow student. The gate is closed for now, and I am tasked with keeping it so. Master Lee has asked that no students leave the school until the morning meditations are concluded.
Can I ask you some questions?
Please do not. This is the first task I have been given, and I don't want to get distracted.
Ooh. If you're guarding the gate, let's make sure you know how to defend it.
What do you mean? Some sort of test? Ask me anything. I am ready to try.
Interesting. What are the main classifications of style, student?
Wait, I know this. Yes, it's weapon, martial, support, transformation, and magic. Weapon and martial styles are pretty self-explanatory. Support styles allow you to paralyze, slow, or otherwise hamper your foes. Magic styles allow you to use your chi to control the elements, while transformation styles allow you to assume the form of creatures or even demons. I'm only repeating what I have learned in my time here, senior student, but that was one of the first things I memorized.
Interesting. Yo, Splice, exactly. Like, that's exactly... Do you remember when I was like... I'm like looking at my character at my turn, like, oh, is it my turn? It was just like, I was already exhausted, but I was having too much fun. It's like, you know, just do one more turn. Just do one more turn. And then all of a sudden I got in that combat with the freaking raid people that just kept staying alive and sending people, and I had my like 10% held troops trying to use you, and you're just talking me through strategies as we're like working together as generals to try to defeat this onslaught. Oh my gosh, that was a ton of fun. I should have saved those replays like we were talking about. But like our dialogue was so funny too, you know? Oh, good times. We were straight up rocking like some Sun Tzu stuff there. That was fun. You're like, all right, Spearman rallied. I'm like, which one? All right, like circle it, boom, boom, boom. Ah, that was fun. How does your chi affect combat?
Chi is our internal magical energy. Is that it? Yes. And we can use our chi to hasten the healing process of superficial wounds. Additionally, chi can be used to strengthen our blows, making the most of each strike. I'm sure that's right. I can't channel my chi like you and Dawnstar yet, but one day.
What do you know of Master Lee?
Of his history? Nothing. He is supposed to be a great master, but I just arrived, so I know very little about him. I wish I knew more, senior student, but that is all I can answer about our master.
That will be all, Student Zipat.
Oh, good. I mean, yes, thank you, senior student, for the chance to answer your questions. Master Lee was looking to speak with you, wasn't he? After he left me here, he went back to his house in the center of the school, if you're looking for him.
Poor guy. He's like freaking out. He's like, this is our senior student. Please don't ask me any questions. Please don't distract me. I don't want to mess this up. It's my first day. You're doing great, cowboy. You're doing great. And now in Master Lee, inevitably gives you a pop quiz later on something. You'll know how to answer. It's perfect. Alright, I think it's time to go talk to Master Lee. No other scrolls or book stands or anything, right?
Typical.
Where are you, guy? Oh, there you are.
Oh, you're finally here to talk to Master Lee, are you? I certainly hope so. The old man is in there meditating, and he won't train me until he talks to you.
If I'd have known I was holding up your training, I would have come sooner.
Really? You would have dropped everything to make way.
I said sooner, not immediately.
I don't think so. You're far too important to waste time worrying about my education. Master Li certainly considers your training important enough to shove all others aside, so why shouldn't I bow down to your greatness?
Think carefully about how much you value your arms before you speak that way again. Oh, look at his face. Open palm, closed fist. Yo, this game is so good. Seek, what's good, cuz? What's good, cuz? How you been, dude? You mean cheating map awareness? Yo, Splice. We use 0 cheat codes, okay? Oh, no. That was funny that time when you were like, hey, do you see these guys? And then all of a sudden, literally the entire army popped up on my screen. That's true. That was... I don't even use any cheat codes, but yeah. Let's do Way of the Open Palm, because, like, Gal's a jerk. We're not going to let him just make us angry, right?
You don't want my answer to that question. Go talk to one of your sandal
What a coward.
and let them tell you I'm jealous. Try Lynn. She'll say anything to please you just to see your simpering little smile. Pathetic. Master Li wants to talk to you. Do me a favor and go talk to him. Then maybe I can actually receive some education at this school.
Sounds good, my guy.
I have nothing to say to a dog bounding after its master. Go bother someone else.
Might have to take a little cat nap then. The Long Drought. The Long Drought stands as one of the worst periods in the Jade Empire's recent history. 10 years of scorching heat and little rainfall took their toll on even the prodigious reserves of the Empire's granaries. The sages predicted at least 3 more devastating dry years, while those in the Ministry of Harmony watched the death toll mount into the hundreds of thousands. Then Emperor Sun Hai declared that the drought was over, and somehow it was. Through the Emperor's divine will, green returned to our parched land, and stability was restored. Good, good, excellent, excellent. See, you been doing any gaming? You keeping up with the WoW content? Battle for Ancients is out, right? But now they've got another one coming, or Azeroth. We've already got Old Tongue. All right, let's go see what's up with Master Li.
Ah, there you are, my student. I watched your bout against Jingwu with great pride. You have gained almost all you can from the practice arena. You are my best pupil, though you came to me an orphan. I have tried to prepare you for the responsibility your skills will bring. Have you given thought to your future?
I'm sure you will tell me what I need to know, Master. Perhaps I will train others as you have trained me. I long to leave this. I am meant for great things. I feel like that's a pretty good disciple thing to say. Like, he's taught me a lot of good stuff. And, like, I'm a good martial artist, and I've been encouraging all these other people.
Your lessons are complete. Remember these basic skills and keep them at heart. But also remember that classes are not a true measure of ability. Always be ready to learn. I recall that, as a child, you fell and bruised your arm. I comforted you, saying that small pains are part of learning, but not every setback imparts wisdom. You must be careful.
This game is so good!
Sometimes all you learn in defeat is that you have been defeated. This world is out of balance. Spirits grow restless, and you have a role to play that I have kept secret.
Why would you do that?
Those who announce their important destiny before they are ready tend to meet unfortunate ends. The wise only seek attention when capable of dealing with it. The people are scared. I do not have all the answers, but I know you will become very important to the fates of many. You will be called to face a great evil.
Master! Master Li!
What is this interruption? This had better be important. There is much to say.
Master, Nijo came to warn me. He saw a boat from the outlook past the fields. Strange outlaws. They fired something at him. And Kiamin was injured.
Where is she now?
Still outside the village by the outlook. Nijo couldn't carry her. Please come, Master Lee. The bandits are not at the village yet, but they could arrive at any time.
We will have to continue our discussion later, my student. It appears we have more pressing matters.
What would you have me do, Master?
The time for practice is over. Go to Gujin, the weapon master, and get a weapon. You may soon be called to use it. On your way, make certain Dawnstar is aware of the danger. Her skills have always complemented yours, so take her with you. Prepare yourself for a potential attack while I tend to my fallen student. I will return as soon as I can. We will continue our discussion when the threat is over.
You said hard I am an errand boy, I'm better than that. Where can I find Dawnstar in Gujin?
Dawnstar will be near her garden at the entrance to the school. Gujin will be in his shop near the village gate, up the stairs from the village square.
I will do as you ask.
Good. The time comes when you will know all you need to. For now, keep the basics at heart.
This game is so good! Oh my gosh. Switch to the mini-map on and off by pressing the X button. Press Y on the map screen in the start menu for an explanation of the map signals. Simple, sweet. Alright, let's see. What did I miss? I'm going to buy the Xbox Series X. Bro! Dude. Bro. Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Yeah, bored with WoW, but still playing it, hanging in there till the next expansion. Yeah, I dig it. I mean, like, you know, like, once you've invested so much time in WoW, like, you have a lot of cool stuff built up, you know? I'll always love the lore of WoW, you know? I need more of an action-packed game nowadays. Let me use the restroom real quick, and then let's go see about these bandits. Oh yeah, no, you thought it was going to be a boring conversation with the students and the masters. No. We're already about to find out some pretty interesting things, so stay tuned. Alrighty, I am back. Yo, I did love the monk, though, when it first came out. It's a pretty action-feeling character. It got me back in for a while, but I lost it again. I'll always cherish the time that I spent with it, though. Chest? Red lion figurine, yellow lion figurine, blue lion figurine. Interesting. Hello, this is also a lion. Lion statue. A statue of a lion stands behind an altar. It is marked as a training aid designed by a previous master of the school. There is a crystal sphere in the lion's paw. Examine the markings on the lion. The altar of the statue served to show students a real example of lessons otherwise presented abstractly in class. It has not seen use in some time. The altar is less ornate than the statue, and was replaced many times after frustrated or deliberate outbursts from students, but that too is part of the exercise. There is a mention of a greater reward for the more investigative path, but that was probably an additional element of the test performed by the master who placed it here. You cannot recall Master Li ever referring to the statue. Different masters prefer different methods of teaching. The altar is less ornate than the statue and lacks a sense of permanence. Something activates as you approach. The sphere in the lion's paw begins to glow with a light blue. Place the blue figurine on the altar. The sphere changes color to glow red. The sphere changes colors again, glowing with a yellow light. Alright, pretty easy. The statue dispenses a silver coin. An unfamiliar voice begins to emanate from the lion.
The obvious path is humble, safe, but pays the wage of a cook, not a champion.
Interesting. I thought that quote was the open palm path. The obvious path is humble, safe, but pays the wage of a cook, not a champion. You collect the figurines and step away. 1 XP and 1 silver coin. I know where we can use this 1 silver coin. Not to buy any styles, unfortunately. Is there a sprint? That's alright. The monkey moved. Interesting. The grave appears to be dedicated to the old master, former instructor of the school. It is a humble tribute, not even bearing his name. Makes sense why it's a lion's face. Sort of. It's kind of hard to tell in these graphics. A small bowl sits beneath a stylized image of a lion, ready to accept the offerings of silver to speed the spirit of the departed to his rest. Place a silver coin in the bowl. The coin disappears through a thin slot in the bottom of the bowl. There is an audible clicking sound. The lion image detaches from the gravestone. It appears to have little value. Lion head token. Statue of a lion, of course. Approach the altar. Something activates as you approach. The sphere in the lion's paw begins to glow. There is an indentation in the statue's mouth, reminding you of another shape you saw recently. That altar quote is literally the most irrelevant quote ever. Bro, Splice, like, this game, like, I don't know if you were here earlier when I was joking, like, I want to have a podcast and I want to interview the writers for this game because, like, it's just so good. And like the life lessons and stuff, like I cannot tell you when I was in my medical stuff and I was having to be in and out of the hospital and playing this game and like all of the awesome themes are inside of it. Like it was just magical. Like I don't know how else to describe it. Place the token from the old master's grave in the lion's mouth. Something changes inside the statue. The sphere glows green. Of course! Gotta make the colors. The sphere changes color, taking on an orange hue. The sphere changes color, becoming purple. Ooh. The statue erupts in a loud burst of energy. Clearly, you have done something momentous. You feel different.
Examine your world from all angles, and you will see the interconnectedness of all things. Even that which is humble can be the key to greater things.
You have finished with the statue, so you leave the figurines on the altar. Gaze of the Lion. Where can I look at that? Here we go. Gaze of the Lion. Health +2, focus +2. A masterful hunter, the lion, must always be aware of the totality of its domain and be ready to protect it. You feel a kinship with the mighty predator after solving the riddle left by the old master of Two Rivers. So does that actually affect my conversation skills, though? Maybe not. Charm is body and mind. So we would go down 1 on intuition. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, let's see.
I hear bandits have injured Chillvill. She is a favorite pupil and holds the record for the challenge I run. I'm sure Master Li will take care of her. What can I do for you? I am here to serve and train. Let's see.
Oh, I can't sell it anyway. Okay, cool. I really want to get that belly of iron if I can. I don't know if I can or not. I don't know if I have to do anything shady for it, you know? We shall see. Let's go check with Dawnstar.
What's the matter, Dawnstar? Are you scared that Master Li might find out?
There is talk of approaching bandits, and you bother me with unsubtle advances. How very like you, Gao. No doubt a tactic learned from your criminal.
Ooh.
His name is Gao the Greater, and he built a fortune out of some ragged thieves and slave traders. If my charm can't lift your spirit, I'll buy the ground from under you.
Flaunting your father's undeserved wealth does not impress me, Gao. It only serves to push me further away.
Get him! Which is the better response here, though? Like, I don't want to just throw it on Dawnstar, but I definitely want to tell him to... This just seems too awkward and passive-aggressive. Like, let's just get to it here, brother. She doesn't want to be hanging out with you, Gao.
You step beyond your station. She and I are discussing her future.
Thank you, Gao, but I have no one poison. Now leave, and if you'd be so kind, stay downwind.
I won't forget this, Dawnstar. You show great disrespect. You as well. You will not take all the glory if there is an attack. We are not through.
We are not through.
Oh, he is Gao the Lesser in all respects. I thought Master Li allowed him to stay so that the influence of the father could be countered, but Gao never learns. He acts like he's above Master Li's teachings. Such are the conceits of wealth, I suppose. I appreciate that you arrived when you did.
Of course. I don't like seeing you upset.
That is nice to hear. Gao could learn much from you if he wanted to learn anything from anyone.
Right? What did Gao want?
What does Gao the Lesser ever want? He's convinced that he can buy everything, and that includes people. He's a spoiled little man. I'd rather not dwell on him. Let's not increase his influence by talking about him after he's gone. What is it you wish?
I don't... I'm just kidding. You know about the bandits. Master Li said to get a weapon from Kyujin.
Yes, he said you were coming. He just passed here with Si Pat on his way to help Chillvill. It's strange that simple bandits would launch
It is
such a
very
raid.
strange.
Master Li was concerned that this would interrupt your training. His respect for your potential is just so absolute. Has he told you any more about your future?
Speculation is a fool's game. Not specifically. What do you know about it?
Only what Master Li has told you in the past. You are meant for great things, but you must discover them yourself. It must be so frustrating, but exciting as well.
He has told you similar things. You have talents too.
It is not the same. You are filled with the promise of great things, even if they are unknown. My skills will always be darker.
Poor Dawnstar.
I can see into the spiritual, an ability that grants some insight, but it doesn't seem to be useful for anything other than keeping me awake at night. I helped Master Li discover the unrest that shapes your future, but I see only problems, while you are destined to find solutions. I envy you for that.
It sounds like we put each other in balance, doesn't it? As well you should. I am bound for great things. Please don't put me on a pedestal. I'd rather stand beside my friends.
I'm glad. You have always kept your feet on the ground. What does Master Li say? That you should keep the basics close to heart?
Let's go get your weapon from Gujin's workshop. It shouldn't be too hard to fend off simple bandits. They're foolish to attempt such an attack.
True. Let's go together. I could use the company.
Of course. Good company will make the walk go faster.
Follower game. Dawnstar. Alright, listen. I'm sure this is already obvious to y'all, but I might fall in love with Dawnstar in this playthrough. I haven't ever done it. Your followers will fight alongside you, but you can also access their support abilities. Press X in the follower screen to change their tactics. Nope, that's not what I meant. Gosh, don't anybody here who's a Bioware fan, don't you just love a Bioware character menu? I don't know, it just makes me so nostalgic. Attack longsword, heck yeah. Damage spirits, what's her tactics? Attack or support? I mean, we're this early in the game, why don't you just stick with default? I've got health and focus. Nothing else to get here. Alright, let's see if we can go save some people. Yo, what's going on?
Nice little town you have here. Not a lot of guards, are there? How are your stocks of food?
I don't know you. Why are you asking me all these questions?
This town isn't well guarded. Forget it, let's just start looting. We'll get first crack at the good stuff.
You're right. This isn't worth it.
What? Oh! Oh, heck. Couldn't let you kill her.
I can't believe they've moved so quickly. We need your weapon. Gujin will be in his shop north of the main stairs.
We should go to Gujin for a weapon like Master Li said. Then we can address whatever threat these bandits pose.
How did you help Master... This is completely unrelated. You know what? Just random thought I had, Dawnstar. How did you help Master Li find out about the Restless Dead?
I don't want to think about it too much. Manipulating Chi has not come as naturally to me as it has to you. The things I do are different.
Whoa.
I can see spirit shapes and hear the odd whisper. Master Li was surprised, but he has not had time to look into it further. Your training is his primary interest. Hopefully I'll find my skills useful for more than just keeping me up at night. Could we go on to something else?
What do you know about the spirit world?
We are all spiritual creatures. When we die, our spirits are released to find their way to the underworld. The journey eases the transition from life to death. If their time among the living was troubled or painful, spirits sometimes get lost. They can seem almost alive and are often mistaken for living creatures. They usually only appear for a short time. They say what they need to say and then are drawn to the underworld.
What makes them so threatening?
If a person's life was very traumatic, his or her spirit can lose its way for a long time. They can go mad trapped in the world of the living. Maddened spirits change. They lose their connection to the living world and begin to channel darker emotions. They can be very dangerous.
Yikes.
I've only seen hints of those. It's been enough. I'm very worried about what may be coming.
What happens to them in the underworld?
I don't know. That's the kind of thing old men sit on mountains to discover. Some say it is a place of judgment. Maybe it's about reincarnation. You'd think we could just ask the spirits themselves, but if we can't really understand our own answers, how can we hope to fathom theirs?
Well said. Well said. Where can I find Gujin?
His workshop is in the center of the village by the gate, up the stairs from the square. It's the largest and most permanent building. You must be tired if you're asking me about that. You've talked to him many times.
We should get our weapons as quickly as we can. I am honored that Master Li feels I am worthy of standing beside you.
My little short guy. Love it.
Why would bandits come here to Two Rivers?
Whoa.
I'm so shocked, I don't know what to say. You have to keep us safe.
I will. Are there any more bandits lurking around? Are we safe? Ooh, bamboo cask. Nice. 25 silver. Let's go. Anything else cool down here? Oh, you know what? Let's heal. I kind of want to go down there, but I think that's where they're at. Let's go to Gujin like we've been told to. Are you okay?
I heard a terrible scream. Are the bandits here yet?
Well, some of them are. Bamboo cask. 5 silver. I need 400 silver. Are the pigs safe?
Bandits, huh? I see a lot of them. I better let someone else have some fun for a change. I can't abandon the gate. You never know if they're gonna sneak around.
Everyone is needed. Get ready to fight.
No, please. I can't fight. I just didn't want to be a rock picker in my grandfather's field. Guarding the gate looked easy. I never thought bandits would actually come. Please don't let them get me. Don't let them.
Bro?
Save us! I don't want to be buried in the field.
My God, you're a martial artist. You gotta protect these people. Weapon Master Gujin.
This building is Gujin's place. As soon as we can, we should see him to arm ourselves.
Gujin. Oh, old tongue. If it isn't 2 of Master Li's best and brightest, there's not much left for me to teach you two, so you can't be here for lessons.
Hello, Weapon Master Gujin. Good day to you.
Well, there's no need for titles. Not from you two. Why do you insist on speaking like that, Gujin? The old tongue, you mean. Anyone with half of an education understands the fan, and some of us prefer the way it rolls off the tongue. Don't act like it's a surprise. Lots of people speak it, although I suppose it is concentrated mostly in the prosperous East.
If you'd prefer, I don't need to use the fan. Now, what brings you here?
Bandit scouts are here in Two Rivers. Master Li sent me for a weapon. I don't have time to waste. You have something for me? Bandit scouts are here in Two Rivers. Master Li sent me for a weapon.
Already? I assume you dealt with them, and the rest are in for quite a surprise when they get here. Well, no time to waste. Dawnstar, I watched you practice with that new blade yesterday, and I must say you take to it naturally. I want you to keep it and use it as your own.
This is a great honor. A good weapon is a true warrior's most treasured possession.
You know, you came here with Master Li as just a babe. I came not long after, and I've been holding on to a weapon for you ever since.
Oh, really?
Well, 2, actually. But you need to choose which one you'll take. Master Li wants you to stay focused on your first weapon.
Where did Master Li find these weapons?
I don't know where your master acquired these, but he has honored me with the care of 2 legendary.
Legendary?
You may arm yourself with either the legendary longsword, Fortune's favorite, or the famed staff, Golden Star.
I mean, I've already got a legendary strike. We're gonna say this just because I want to hear what he has to say.
I'm afraid not. She would not be able to handle one of these weapons
Oh.
yet. I'll explain why in a moment, but suffice it to say that very few people have your aptitude for maintaining focus in battle. In time, Dawnstar will be able to handle a weapon like this, but don't discount the blade I gave her. Master Li wanted her to have the keenest steel I could find.
Tell me about the longsword, Fortune's favorite.
They say this blade was created in the forge of Smiling Fortune, blacksmith to the gods. Crafted for his son, this blade eventually found its way into the hands of men. How your master found it, I cannot say, but this ancient longsword is yours if you wish it.
Well, let's hear about both.
They say Golden Star was forged as a gift to a water spirit of the Silkworm River. A young noble convinced the great eastern serpent to fly him to the stars, where he dipped this staff in the tail of the comet. It could be pure fantasy, but the staff certainly isn't. It's strong and has an excellent reach. Your foes will tremble if they see you wielding it.
I feel like someone made that story up just to sell the staff. But I like Fortune's favorite. Made by a god blacksmith for his son?
They say this blade was created in the forge of Smiling Fortune, blacksmith
to the gods.
Crafted for his son, this blade eventually found it. How your master found it.
I will take Fortune's favorite.
Your weapon is well deserved, and you'll need it with these bandits so close. If you decide you truly don't like it, however, you can come see me after the bandits are dealt with.
Is there anything else?
One more thing you need to know. These weapons strike with deadly precision, but to wield them safely, you must focus with each strike. Master Li has been training you so that you'd be ready for this kind of weapon, and the drain won't be crippling, but you will get tired over time.
Unless you have something else, I'm finished with you. I should go see to the townsfolk now.
That you should. Those people will be looking to you for leadership until Master Li gets back. I know you'll do well.
Staff sold!
Senior student. Oh, excuse me, Weapon Master. I did not mean to interrupt.
Calm down, student. What has you so flustered?
The bandits. They've already been sighted down by the beach, and they're making their way toward the town.
I didn't like the way he said it could be stuff of pure fiction or whatever, you know? The other one, he was like, no, it's totally from the Blacksmith of the Gods. He was like, I mean, this one, yeah, it's pretty cool. This could be from a comic, or it could be really well made. Also, when I originally owned this game on Xbox, I had the special edition, which gives you a different staff than that one. They have the same stats, but Fortune's favorite's the only sword you get. I'm in. Let's do it. Does Master Li know that they're already here? How far have they come? How many are there?
They're making their way toward the town now. The few men in the militia weren't able to stop them.
Does Master Li know they're already here?
Master Li hasn't returned yet with Kia Min. I'm sure he will be back before long, but we must depend on you until he returns.
How many are there?
I don't know, but their ship is large. There could be many of them. You have to help, senior student.
Come with me, and we'll teach these bandits a lesson.
If you think that is wise, I will come and do what I can.
I'm sorry, my friend, but Student CPAT isn't ready to face real combat. He has only just arrived. He has a big heart, but that is not enough for bandits. Go to the school. Seal the gates. We will deal with this.
Yes, Dawnstar, I'll go now. Those gates will stay closed on my watch. You can count on it.
You've done well, lad. Go back to the school now. Your friends have some new weapons they're dying to try out, I'm sure.
Style gained! Fortune's favorite. That was a cool way for that dialogue to go. Dawnstar's like, listen. I appreciate your bravado, but powerful weapons require intense concentration to wield properly. The fatigue from their use will drain your focus, which is measured in the yellow bar in the upper left. But I can't fight or anything right now. No, I can only talk to people. How you doing, Dawn? Oh, apparently I'm reading. The martial arts. The pride, perfection, and achievement of an individual are represented in many ways. The honing of the mind, civic achievements, and glory gained for the Empire. The developments of the spirit and one's inner energies, and the training of the body. Through the body, the practitioner imposes his will upon himself and, through that, upon the universe. Through the use of his body, the martial artist achieves transcendence and strength, overcoming all obstacles, both physical and spiritual. You received the legacy of Master Li? Hidden bonus book set complete. What? Bro, I was just in it for the experience. Let's go. I don't really know why I need to save after that, but I'm saving. I want to. What does it do? Where was I looking at it earlier? Wasn't it? Yeah. Focus +7? Literacy granted by studying the books in Two Rivers. Master Li's training techniques have been passed down to all of his students. Some learn better than others and see the greater pattern present within each of these smaller teachings. Each of these minor lessons builds on the others, teaching a student to focus his mind and learn from his surroundings constantly. The lesson of perception may be Master Li's greatest goal. That's awesome. I don't think I've ever gotten that before. We have plenty of focus, but let's just go ahead and do a little focus meditation. Gosh, this game is so cool. I love this game so much. So much. Wait a second. What are you doing in my town, bandits?
Legendary strike.
Nice kill. Or knockout. Maybe it's a dull sword. I don't think Dawnstar would just kill people. Should have tried my sword out. Anybody hidden back here? Huh? Any more bandits? I'm worried about my boy. Oh wait, he's still here. You okay? Oh.
Save us! Legendary strike.
They're all over the beach.
No! Oh no! I think I could save that poor guy.
Legendary strike.
I only got 17 silver that time? Didn't I get 25 last time? Feels bad. That's alright, let's just empty save it.
Legendary strike.
I see, gotcha.
Long sword.
Oh man, this is tough. I think I can save that guy though. I want to save him. I want to save him if I can.
Legendary strike.
Someone! They're all over the beach. Bandits! Hold your tongue, old man. This village is ours.
We have to kill. Careful, these louts will show no mercy.
Find our way. We'll strip this village bare.
Boom! You okay, my friend?
I knew someone from the school would help. No one else could. Please, my boy Nijo is trying to fight them down on the beach, but we need someone skilled.
I understand, my friend. 90 silver. Let's go.
I can hear fighting to the east. We have to push these bandits back off the beach.
Okay, for sure. Yo, that was actually pretty tough. That's pretty tough.
Thank the heavens you came down.
Legendary strike.
They're animals.
They are animals.
Long soul.
I'm too much.
I'm not as good with the sword as I am Heavenly Strike. 91 silver, let's go. You find a bag with silver in this chest. Nice. How much silver do I have? Probably a lot. $483. Dadgummit.
The school has been closed due to the bandit attack. You will have to fight the bandits while I wait for Master Li to return with Kia Min, the wounded student. I will
try. Or CPAT. Oh, autosave. Let's go.
Yet another village with no purpose.
Acidic!
I will replenish our supplies and continue my search elsewhere. You will all, of course, have to die.
Oh! Oh no. At least one of them's alive. Alright, we got a little bit better with the sword.
Legendary strike.
Leave Dawnstar alone, punk.
What are you? Your skills are more than this tiny village warrants. But I also see something strange, an oddity. You could be an anomaly or a sign of who
And the plot thickens.
A further test is needed. These mercenaries are not the only threat I command. Let us see you contend with this.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yo, it's an early stream! Yo, bro, I know, right? No, Splice, Dawnstar's so awesome. She just literally just goes ham. Yeah, I know, right? It's finally not the middle of the night when I stream for once. Alright, Ghost, terrifying. Oh, he's a... Of course, he's immune. Gotcha. Because he's a ghost. Boom! Not immune to that, though. Alright, bro, I don't want to fight more ghosts. Oh, now we get to fight you.
Impressive.
Look at his hands.
Clearly, I have been too dismissive in my search. This village will be torn
Not
asunder.
if I can help it.
Whatever you are hiding, I will have it.
Master?
I have seen enough.
Oh, he's coming to back us up. Sick.
You will die now, so I am not troubled later.
Master? Oh, this game's so awesome.
You! Well fought, my student, but I cannot risk you against a foe like this yet.
So blatant. We never thought to look in so humble a place. We expected an army. Your strategy, as always, is impeccable.
Your strategy?
Your search is over, assassin. But no one will hear of your success.
Oh! Oh! Dude, he dead.
It would seem that my past is catching up to me, and you are destined to be swept along. You have faced your first spirit opponents far sooner than I intended. Dawnstar can explain the nature of such creatures. I must go and make sure everything is in place. I thought I had more time, but perhaps you are ready.
Why did you step in? I could have fought him. Yeah, I think it was interesting. Like the guy with the magic didn't attack me after I paused. I hope I didn't break the game there, but I just rushed him because, you know, I don't really want to get murdered. Dude, I vaguely remember playing this years ago. It was many years. This is original Xbox, bro. He intended for this to happen. Oh, good catch. Good catch. Good catch, Splice. I did not hear that, actually. Good catch. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. That's part of what makes this game so awesome, is that like really cleverly hidden wording and things. Well, he said he couldn't risk me against an opponent, right? I mean, this would be the right thing to say, right? Thank you for your assistance, Master Lee.
Do not be so quick to thank me. My influence caused this attack. You were not meant to see this yet, but now there is no choice. I will explain the school. You have done well, but more than this awaits you. See to your fellow villagers and students and return to me at the school. We have a great deal to discuss.
Level up! Awesome. Okay. Yes, I think that's what I want to do. You have 2 style points to spend to upgrade your fighting style. Oh, heck yes. I really like Legendary Strike. Ooh, speed increase would actually... 5% is not very much, though. 25% is much more. Yeah, you only get 25% speed increase? I don't know about that, fam. Let's do this. Oh! Well, that's going to cost 2 anyway. What can we do with Heavenly Wave? A harmonic combo that produces a health power-up. Interesting. That could be really good because the harmonic combos are actually really good. Damage increase, focus cost reduction would be kind of cool. Just because Heavenly Wave doesn't cost focus or anything, I'm going to increase this. And I haven't really used Heavenly Wave yet, though. But I think I should. I'm going to do duration increase because I don't need to fight with it to damage them. I'm going to use my Heavenly Wave, but I do want to get the harmonic combos cooking. Even though it's only a health power up. I think it also does more damage, if I remember good. Good old Master, always wheeling and dealing, right? Like, I feel like that's how, that's how I was with my Sifu, you know? It's just like, dude, you're awesome. Can't question it.
We fought well against those bandits, but I had no idea Master Lee could command that.
Yeah, he blew up a ship with a punch.
He destroyed that ship so easily. This is so confusing. Master Lee said I could explain the nature of spirits, but these were different. That sorcerer forced them to appear like wild dogs let loose. So many spirits seem lost, as if the way to their rest is blocked. I didn't think they were dangerous, but those on the beach, I sensed madness. Time drove them mad. You disrupted them by defeating them in combat. They will not reform for a long time. I hope there is peace in that, but I don't know. So much is worrying me.
I prefer when you are smiling. Is there anything I can do?
I was worried enough when we were expecting bandits. Now it seems there are dangers we don't even know about. Master Lee called that sorcerer an assassin.
He did.
Assassins don't attack at
Good point.
random. They have very specific prey. I don't want anything to happen to this home. I've never belonged anywhere else.
Where did you live before you came to the school?
Would it be strange of me to say I don't know? I have very little memory of my home before coming here, even though I was 3 years old when I arrived. I remember moving around a lot, never staying anywhere for long, and for some reason, the robes of that sorcerer looked familiar to me. I don't know why.
Interesting.
I'm sure it's nothing, just the memories of childhood playing tricks. With glimpses of the spirit realm invading my thoughts, I could have seen them anywhere.
Why did you move around? How did you come here?
I can't remember specific incidents, but I am used to being shunned. People are not very welcoming of those who appear to not let the dead lay peacefully. Master Lee said I was brought to him by a concerned ally who received me from yet another person. That person wanted me safe, but he said he couldn't ensure it himself. Master Lee doesn't know who that guardian was or what I needed protection from. He promised to look into it, but he's not had time. Your training has taken precedence. My abilities are just a curiosity. You are the center of attention here. I prefer it this way. I can just be.
I'm probably not going to ruin anything since this is an old Xbox game. I think you don't have to think too hard about the flirting. I love it. You aren't completely unnoticed. You have my eye often enough.
There you go again with your playful words. I never know when you're serious or what my reaction should be.
Thanks for this talk. The events on the beach worried me, but you always improve my mood. Let's get back to what you need to do. Well, we've already visited Gu Jin, who used to be a guard in the west, they say. Old Ming always has a story, and he's usually by the statue on the beach. Merchant Fen Do is in the village square. He's been expecting new goods any day now, for weeks. Oh, for training or learning the philosophy behind martial combat, go see Smiling Mountain. He is behind the ring, near the student quarters. He's always amusing.
How did you help Master Lee find out about the Restless Dead?
I don't want to think about it too much. Manipulating chi has not come as naturally to me as it has to you. The things I do are different. I can see spirit shapes and hear the odd whisper. Master Lee was surprised, but he has not had time to look into it further. Your training is his primary interest. Hopefully I'll find my skills useful for more than just keeping me up at night. Could we go on to something else?
I feel so bad. All these people are like, can we go on to something else? And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm going to keep prying.
We are all spiritual creatures. When we die, our spirits are released to find their way to the underworld. The journey eases the transition from life to death. If their time among the living was troubled or painful, spirits sometimes get lost. They can seem almost alive and are often mistaken for living creatures. They usually only appear for a short time. They say what they need to say and then are drawn to the underworld. Then we should return to Master Lee so he can talk to you about this attack.
Oh, nice. He is a... Oh, Old Ming. Cursed bandits let their spirits lay trouble for all they've done. Some good people fell here, but thanks to you, not as many as might have. And my statue. It's a good thing they didn't touch it. Disgracing such a tribute would be like disgracing the Emperor himself. A fitting tribute to our leader, Emperor's son. Though no one else seems interested in venerating his rule. I don't have the back for cleaning it properly anymore. I guess that's why they called me Old Ming. Might ask you some questions. Oh, not many people seem interested in what I have to say, even though I've been here the longest. Well, I'm super interested, Ming. What did you want anyway? And make it snappy. At my age, I could die at the drop of a blossom. Let's start general. A few scruffy bandits and their mysterious leaders show up, and suddenly everyone's pestering me about the village like it's important. Who are the important citizens? That would depend on who you ask. I suspect everyone would cast a single vote for themselves. Give me your opinion. Master Li is the real leader here. Everyone looks up to him, and his word passes for law around these parts. His wisdom is unquestionable. He teaches a lot at the school, but Gujin the Weapon Master helps out a lot around town, making him probably the most well-liked man around. Then there's Merchant Fendu. Someday I'd appreciate it if he'd quit complaining that he hasn't struck it rich yet. At least he hasn't struck it elderly, I say. What do you know about Master Li? Oh, stomach's growling. Yeah, Splice. Yeah. Like, seriously. A wise and skilled man. He has kept the peace in this village for 20 years, like it was set in stone. How did Master Li come here? I don't know. He's never talked about what transpired to bring him here, or why he arrived with you under his arm. I remember he seemed quite harried at the time, but he settled in quite quickly. You can see the potential of this place, I think. Excuse me. Who was Master before Master Li? It was so long ago. What was his name? Konsai Songon? I think that was it. He was more concerned with trade than anything else. Master Li set the village on a different path shortly after he arrived. Songon left. I'm not sure what became of him. If you wish, but I've only so many years left. Give me a jostle if I nod off. Tell me about the Emperor. Oh, I don't dare speak of Emperor's son. My words can't do proper justice to his glory. He is a hero to many. Ending the drought earned him great respect, even if he no longer shows his influence this far from the walls of the Imperial City. Is the Emperor neglecting the borderlands? I would never suggest such a thing. He must simply have greater concerns elsewhere. Master Li has commented that he much prefers that Two River does not get any attention. It is a sign that all is well here. Can we talk about the past? Good on you! History is the best taught through stories. A teacher lecturing about the past is like listening to the paper crumble when you want to hear a waterfall. Everything's lost in translation. The crumpling of a paper. You're telling a story is like the crumpling of a paper when you're looking for a waterfall. Interesting. What do you know about the spirit world? Perhaps you think I have an affinity for the spirit since I am close to becoming one myself. I'm not that old yet. I keep my feet toward the earth and my head as straight in the opposite direction as I can manage. I wish others were as practical. I've heard many ghost stories lately. Travelers talk of roads awash in spirits. I'm quicker to blame that on bowls of wine than a glute of the dead. Well, tell me about the long drought. You were too young to know what it was like. A decade of thirst, with all the lands cracked and bare. It was worse than the great cities. Riots claimed hundreds of thousands of lives. Emperor Sun Hai put all of his influence toward ending the drought and saved us all. But there was a cost. I don't know where the front line was, or the name of the enemy, but the Emperor's own brothers, Sun Ken and Sun Li, were lost. But what really happened? As I said, the Emperor corrected whatever great offense to the heaven had afflicted the Empire, and thus ended the drought. It isn't the answer enough for you, I know. For the young it never is. In time, you will understand that the Emperor must deal with things that you are not meant to know or comprehend. You accept that, but you're too practical for ghosts? I have faith in the order of things. The Emperor knows things that I am not meant to. If the fisherman sends his catch to the market, does the customer need to know how to fish? No. He just knows that someone else does. Love this game so much! This is the order of things. It is real, and I know it works. Ghosts and shadows are tavern tales. How was the Empire formed? The Empire was forged out of a warring countries by the iron will and inestimable might of sagacious Tien, the first emperor. In titanic battles and tense negotiations, he brought harmony to the chaotic world and created a single culture that stands tall over all others. Can we talk a little bit about... No, wait. Tell me about yourself. What would you have me speak about? How long have you lived in Two Rivers? All my life, more years than I can remember. Very little has changed. What do you do? I used to grow rice. Now I live on a small stipend set by my son. He has long since moved farther south to the Golden Delta. He never comes to visit. Typical. But the silver reminds me that he cares. If these bones get any more creaky, maybe I'll move down with him. I have to ask, why are you sweeping the beach? Obviously, I've turned this beach into a grand meditation garden where the contemplative mind can see the pathways of the future and the lay of the sand. Or maybe it's just something to keep me busy. At my age, you need a purpose or you just fade away. Nice! Got some loot. And here I was worried I wasn't gonna have enough.
It's a good thing we have Master Li here. Don't forget his senior student. They say he's the one who dealt with many of the bandits.
Wait, which one do you mean? Surely not that arrogant gal boy.
Don't be silly. He's the one with that marvelous dragon tattoo on his back. He must have quite a few young ladies pining after him by now. I once heard Master Li say that he was one of the most adept students he'd ever seen, as if he had no real weakness while fighting. Things must be lean out in the swamps if the bandits would dare attack us.
You will have many friends in the village after your valiant effort on the beach.
Oh, speaking of which, I didn't talk to the guy. Oh, I'm so glad you said that. Oh, I'm so glad he said that. The poor kid who got injured or whatever.
Oh, you. You're a friend of Dawnstar, right? I'm looking for her.
Give me just a hot second. Let me talk to this guy. Nijo.
I'm so glad you and Master Lee arrived when you did. My father ran to the school gate to find students to help. Did he
Yes, I had to reload twice, but he's safe. Don't worry. He is safe. There's no reason to be concerned. Whoa!
Great relief. We tried our best, but without you and Master Lee, we would have died. Thank you. Hopefully Master Lee can shed some light on what led to this. A sorcerer in our little village? What is wrong with the world?
I know, right? Alright. Awesome. I was really worried he died because of that cannon and screaming, you know?
Dawnstar, there you are. I know I haven't spoken to you in a while. I saw him again last night, and I remembered what you said. I wasn't as afraid.
I'm glad, Mrs. Jean.
He seemed peaceful, if a bit lost. But I know it's not your fault now. I'm sorry for disturbing you and for what I said before.
Oh, wow.
Remember Zhong Jin, her son? He drowned last year after the mooring she tied
Oh,
let
no.
go. A sad accident. I saw his spirit and told her. She thought I was calling up ghosts.
Oh.
Some spirits return because of trauma, to rectify something that disturbed them in life or death. They are very focused. When the pain is gone, they find rest. At least they are supposed to. Jin's spirit told his mother the accident wasn't her fault. Now he wanders unconnected to this world and unable to pass to the next. Troubled spirits can be set to rest for a time, but unless the greater problem is corrected, it seems all dead are destined to wander until they go mad. I'm sorry, this has been difficult. I don't want to think about how it affects specific people. I'm still not sure I should have told Mrs. Zhang about her child.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing, right? Like, if you saw the ghost of someone's dead child, like... you should have charged for the service. I mean, that's not a bad idea, you know? I don't know about that. I mean, here's the thing. She really appreciated Dawnstar consoling her, you know what I mean? Like, she lost her kid. That's pretty tough. And, like, to have somebody empathetic enough to, like, be willing to, you know, take a slight hit to their ego, but to care for another person, I think that's the way to go. You were right to console her, even if she didn't want to hear it.
I don't know. People just want to be left alone.
I know, you're right.
I guess blame is easier to understand than chance. Come on, we should go see if the students are all right. Master Lee will be waiting.
I think you're right, Dawnstar. I think that was a good moment. A good character building moment. Of my character being idealistic and then her being like, well, you know, I don't know. I've had these real experiences.
Those bandits will think twice before threatening a town protected by the likes of Master Lee. They were fools to even come here. The only shame is that their ship sunk. Think what we could have done with their plunder. Well, that's another opportunity lost. In this town, it's vital for a businessman to keep tabs on anyone with 2 coins to rub together. Things haven't been this slow since the long drought. That master of yours keeps things ludicrously stable while merchants thrive on strife. During the long drought, prices rocketed into the sky like fireworks.
There's no trade to be found in stability?
I get by. I suppose I shouldn't wish for strife lest it come knocking
Right?
on
We
my
were
door.
literally just assaulted by bandits.
Besides, the bandits didn't do as much to bring people to the store as I hoped. So maybe stability is underrated.
Right? You don't like Master Lee's leadership?
I can't say that. He's a wise man who sees to the heart of things. If I were to complain about anything, it's how few students he attracts. A skilled master could bring a lot of people into this town, but he is very selective about who comes. That's his business, I'm sure, but it affects my business as well.
Well, let's talk about what you can do for me.
Happily. We don't need to waste time on my gripes when there's silver to be spent.
What do you have for sale?
I have nothing
What?
at the moment. I can't keep my stock up. People are scared to travel, which prevents goods from getting here. I must apologize.
How can you call yourself a merchant if you have nothing to sell?
I do what I can, but the ghosts and bandits limit travel. They viciously force many caravans to turn back. To hear some of the caravan masters talk, there are problems of this type all over the Empire. I will be sure to let you know as soon as anything comes to town.
Alright, let's go to my other questions.
If you wish, what do you want to know?
I want to ask you about the village.
You'd think the recent attack would have people buying supplies or weapons or something. But alas, business has not improved.
Who's important around here?
Who could be more important than Master Li? He is the anchor of this town, and none question his wisdom. Two Rivers has always accepted the masters of your school as leaders, but none have taken to it with the skill, authority, or wisdom of your master.
How are the students viewed?
No different from anyone else. If you keep to yourself, no one bothers you.
Are there exceptions?
Well, you are always asking questions. That can't be. Although I do prefer that over Gao's posturing, he is not well liked. But his father has money, so he gets his way.
Let's go to my other questions.
If you wish, what do you want to know?
I'm going to ask a few things about the Jade Empire.
I've never
Game
set
title?
my eyes beyond the horizon you can see from here. There must be someone else you could ask.
Oh. What do you know about the spirit world?
I send my thanks to the spirit for successful journeys just like everyone else. I don't have any special insight. Why not ask your friend there? Dawn Star knows more about the spirit realm than anyone, it seems. She's been a great help from time to time.
That's nice.
I do what I can to help, good merchant. That's all any of us can do.
See, she's feeling a little bit better about consoling that person now. I like how I turned, like, whoa, Dunstar. Gosh, you're such a good person.
I grew up during the worst of it, but I don't remember much. Just the joy when the Emperor put an end to it. Two Rivers was almost deserted by that time, but Master Li arrived soon after, and we've had peace ever since.
How was the drought stopped?
I don't know. That's why the Emperor is the Emperor, and I'm content to be
Fair.
here. I don't need to worry about it. If you wish.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, there isn't much to tell. I'm just a simple merchant trying to ply his trade in a town that resists spending money. One day the gods will recognize my suffering and elevate me to their ranks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If you do come back when the weight of your silver is slowing you down. Always happy to have.
So something that's interesting about this game, if anyone's curious. Sick chain, bro. Yeah, right? Like, this guy's freaking big chillin'. Something interesting about this game is there's dialogue and fighting, dialogue and fighting, and dialogue and fighting, and part of that is because a lot of the way that Bioware structured some of their early games was like, if you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons, where sometimes there's like a social section and then a fighting section, you know? It's a ton of fun, and I'm going to try to get all of the information just because I want to see if there's anything I could miss, you know? But it'll continuously speed up. It's such a great game. More bandits?
Hey, boys, look who it is.
Is that the one gal the Lesser's always going on about?
I think so. I say we teach a little lesson about staying in your place when great men like Gao are around.
There's no honor in thrashing a bunch of drunks.
We're twice the men you are, drunk or sober. Teach this whelp a lesson in manners.
Get him, Don.
Focus.
Boom! Sorry, Don, I got a little carried away there. You goobers? Uh-oh, did I kill him? I just meant to knock him out. It's so cool. Like, it's not a big map. Oh, wow. There's like more villagers and stuff now. Oh, I can't talk to these people. It's still cool though. Just such a well done game. It's just so good. Can I go talk to you now that I've beat up all the bandits?
Quite a bit of excitement. Yes, bandits can be tricky opponents. Of course, that didn't stop Gao the Lesser from beating a few of them senseless. That boy enjoys causing pain.
Ah, that makes sense.
You won't tell anyone about what happened, will you? I couldn't leave my post, you know. I can't keep watch over the students if I'm dead.
Oh, yikes. I mean, yeah, like, I'm not gonna just go, like, be a gossip about it. I don't care. If there's one thing I've learned about this game, it's that Gao is a really good guy. Right? What a good guy. What a good guy. And you, I mean, you just love having, like, really, I personally really love having a character like that where it's like, it's such broad brushstrokes. Now, the thing about Gao that's interesting, right, is he's totally a dick, but he's also very much way of the closed fist. So some of the stuff he's doing is like, he's just an arsehole, and all he really thinks about is power, you know? Yeah, bro, like, your shame is your own to deal with. I hope that you get it figured out.
Right. And I will, while I'm still alive. What do you need?
Oh, wow. And I will, while I'm still alive, yikes.
Why do you need to ask? A bandit attack isn't of enough interest? What else would people talk
Bro,
about?
I don't like this guy at all.
Perhaps one of the villagers can accommodate you? I would rather focus on my job. Two Rivers may be remote and calm, but I still take the task of protecting it seriously.
Bro, this guy is full of crap.
Farewell.
Good job with those ruffians. Those bandits weren't gentle with this town. I'm going to help out with some of the repairs.
What a good guy.
I'm just glad you two got a chance to try those weapons out for real. Looks like they handled themselves well, just like you two.
How did you end up training at this school?
Oh, be fair. I may be the weapon master around here, but it's Master Li who really does the training. I help out, but he's the real reason you two are so good. I used to be a guard in Broken Path, a little town in the western part of the Empire. It was a sleepy place like this, though the residents were miners, not farmers. That whole province is called the Hills of the Six Holy Scrolls for a reason. It's rocky, as rich in minerals as it is in ancient temples.
What made you take up training?
After the body takes enough of a beating, it just doesn't fight as well as it once did.
Alright, for sure, Splice.
About 10 years ago, something just broke loose. Ghosts stormed out of the hills, dozens of them charging from the west. We tried to fight them, and it worked to some degree. But these ghosts were howling mad. Some of them didn't even look human anymore, like monsters they were.
Where did the ghosts come from?
They came from the hills in the west, but beyond that, no one knows. The scary part is that these days I hear more and more stories about ghosts haunting the roads. I wonder if we in Broken Path saw the beginning of whatever is happening now. It's hard to say, but there are an awful lot of rumors about ghosts these days.
Seriously? Why would they attack your town?
I haven't the whisper of a clue.
The whisper of a clue.
They simply attacked, all
That's a good expression.
transparent and screaming rage in those hollow voices of theirs.
How could you defeat ghosts?
Ghosts can't die, but they can be... dispersed is the best word. They come back after a while, though. I guess there's no peace for the dead, except to go to the underworld, like most everyone does when they die.
What happened in the end?
We won, but many people joined the ghosts' ranks that day. People were spooked, claiming that the hills were haunted. Soon enough, Broken Path became an empty path. It was deserted, still sore from the fighting. I made my way south, to what I found to be more peaceful lands.
No, I don't want to exchange my weapon.
You're right. There's plenty to do.
I like my sword. My sword's pretty cool. like how fast it was, you know. I actually thought it was going to be a big sword like she has, but it's like a straight sword. We got the money, we did all the things. I think that we're good. I can't think of any other place I could investigate here. To the school! Let's find out what's really going on. Master Li wants to talk to us. How's student C-Pot doing?
I knew you would not let those bandits overrun the village. I hope I equal your skill someday.
Can I ask you some questions?
Please do not. This is the first task I have been given, and I don't want to get distracted. What? Of his history? Nothing. He is supposed to be a great master, but I just arrived, so I know very little about him. I wish I knew more, senior student, but that is all I can answer about our master.
Understandable.
Oh, good. I mean, yeah, Master Li was looking to speak with you, wasn't he? After he left me here, he went back to his house in the center of the school, if you're looking for him.
Okay.
I heard some people died when the bandits attacked. I'm glad you did.
Well, thank you. Actually, y'all, you know what? Thank y'all so much for hanging out. I'm gonna take a break and get some food, and then I think I'm gonna come back later. So I'm gonna rage all on over if I've got any homies that are alive right now. Because my stomach is growling, I don't know if y'all hear it, but it's just probably gonna get louder and louder. And it's about time to have my late dinner that I like to do. So let me see. Is this even right, the stream? If it is the right stream, Charlie's awesome. Y'all have a good time. Appreciate y'all hanging out here. Yeah, it's the right one. Stay frosty, my friends, and enjoy going and hanging out with Charlie.